Hold on. Let me take a sip.
Hello and good morning, Tori.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's
All
Wednesday.
right.
We're halfway
It's
through the
Wednesday.
work week.
Yes, halfway through the work week. How we doing? Are we feeling like we're getting back into life? Are we still kind of like half in, half out? How we
No.
how we
I'm
doing in the
fully
middle?
into life, and it's been an
Okay.
absolute shit show because I have to make up for last week. So,
So back to normal.
yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
How about you?
Nothing. There's nothing going on. I like my entire week, beginning of my week has just been Met Gala. I probably shouldn't say this, but we were like looking at the looks at work because we were closing the store when it was going on, and we were talking about them and all the things that come out of them. And I haven't even gotten into like the after party looks. This is like Christmas for me. I'll be doing this all week.
I saw Jared Leto dressed as a cat, and I was immediately turned off.
Yes, but there's a reason for this. We're going to talk about that. Jared Leto's actually not in our slideshow, but we'll talk about the Doja Cat of it all
Yeah, we
and
don't
where that
need
kind of
to.
fits
Everybody's
in.
seen it.
True. Yeah, we'll talk about how that fits in because there's some interesting references there to the theme Karl Lagerfeld. So we'll get into it.
Are we ready for what's roasting, my friends?
Shall we get into what's roasting? Do you want to do the Met Gala stuff first or last?
Let's just peel the Band-Aid. Let's go.
All right. So we were pretty excited. So this is what I didn't know. I mean, you and I talked about the theme. What I hadn't seen was Anna Wintour's direct and Vogue's direct quote on telling people how to dress for the theme, which I
Yeah.
think really kind of it really was a clear indicator of what. I mean, we kind of knew what people are going to look like, but it was
It looked
definitely
like a
like
bad
this is
wedding. It looked like a bad wedding.
okay, but that's also a reference there too, which is why I think this is one of the best done themes as a group. Like I think
Oh,
celebrities as a whole took this theme and really went with it and did a really good job honoring the theme. As in past years, there was more than a handful that like didn't hit it. I think people were classy and well done, and pretty on par. So the suggestions for the dress code were um modern day Chanel or Fendi, or to find Choupette, the designer's famed feline muse of your own, and to dress a la Lagerfeld. So basically, it was like honor him in whatever way you want, but our suggestion is for you to either dress very Fendi or Chanel, or to LOL make a reference of his cat. And some people did, as we saw.
okay.
So the first person I thought we would talk about is Dua Lipa. She was one of the hosts for the event, and she came out in this 1992 vintage Chanel.
It's cute.
It's yeah. So the interesting thing is like, is it an over the top Met Gala look? No, but it is like off the red carpet, or one of his original designs. And she was a host. She's not so kind of supposed to be this red carpet moment. She's really supposed to be there to work, right? Like she's hosting the event.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a really good job. I thought it was kind of modern with that very vintage, but still very modern and current at the same time. And then she wore that ridiculous diamond around her neck. Can we just talk about that?
I mean, that's fun to wear fun play jewelry, even though that's real jewelry that looks like play jewelry, which is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I wonder if
I'm
they
sure
walk
she had
around with like
security just on that
yes.
specifically. Yeah.
Yep,
Mhm.
by far. Next dressed, for me, my favorite, my hands down winner.
Oh, seriously?
Hands down, by far.
So the devil wears Prada.
Anne Hathaway, she's in Versace. Everything about this is perfect. Her hair and her makeup are perfect. It's perfect styling, but the dress has so many influences to it. The gloves, the texture of it is very Chanel.
You
All of the
can't
like
see it in this photo very well, but I mean the clothespins, I'm like, I feel like she looked like a dirty diaper.
oh my god, how dare you?
Disgusting.
I loved the cutout. I loved the leg slit. I think the texture of the gown is really what makes it. Yeah, I see what you mean about the safety pins. Though.
Right? I was just like, eh.
You ruined it for me. This was my favorite look.
That's my job.
Oh my god.
And then we get into like the bridal action. Come on.
Okay, well, again,
Seriously.
this is yes, I agree with you. It wasn't my favorite look. However, it's another nod to Lagerfeld because at the end of every show, he always did like a bridal gown. So this was his their like nod to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Penelope Cruz. She was in, I think it's in another vintage Chanel. You know, what bugs me is the undone. You can't quite see it in our photo, but like the hemline of the dress doesn't quite cover the
Yeah.
tulle all the way down to the ground, so it just looks a little sloppy to
Yeah.
me, and it's just kind of boring. But I like the hood. I wish the fit of the gown was different on her because I like the headpiece.
Yeah. Like the veil / hood. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that looks nice and it's styled well. I think just the rest of it is something to be desired.
I
All right,
just don't get that look.
most annoying on the red carpet by far.
You thought
Oh
Giselle was the most annoying?
god, she was terrible. She did a whole
Really?
interview at the top of the red carpet with Vogue, and she went on and on about how she was running through the streets of Paris barefoot with Carl in this dress, and he made it for her when she was modeling for Chanel. And then she like just stood on the red carpet for way too long, like spinning that fur thing. And the
Do,
dress isn't even that great. Like,
do you
it's
think
not
that she's trying to
flattering on
make
her.
that look like her angel wings? You know, I feel like I feel like it's her Victoria's Secret /
I don't know. The time is over. Like,
Yeah.
I liked her a lot better when she was like just quiet and off the side and like didn't say anything and did sleek. This is very like, I'm divorced now. I'm single. I can do whatever I want. And so she's going to show up and be obnoxious. And I just am a little bit like, shh, this isn't working for you.
It's not about you.
Like, actually, if you just stood there and said nothing, you might get a boyfriend, but like, this ain't working.
What did you think about Lizzo and Chanel? I thought
I
it was
really
great.
I really liked it. I like the
I think
pearl
it's
reference.
classy.
It's very Chanel. I'm kind of shocked that there was no conversation about the inappropriate comments that he's made. I was kind of expecting her to do something like out of the box to reference that
Yeah.
almost. And she didn't. She came out with this, it's classic. The leg slit is great. A lot of people wear those little gloves. I don't really know how I feel about them. I don't really like them on this look. I think she could have done without them. But I think the styling is great. The pearl earrings are great. I think it's, flattering.
Yeah,
She
it
did
was a good
job.
one. I liked it.
Yep.
Well,
Next up is Suki Waterhouse and Robert Pattinson.
oh, they
So
had a date night.
their couple debut. Whoop whoop. I thought her dress was, they're in Dior, both of them. I thought her dress was boring, and I didn't understand its nod to the theme quite. But I thought her makeup was pristine. I thought how she styled it with the makeup with the blush around her face and her eyes is just very Suki Waterhouse, and she just nailed it.
Yeah. Well, I like them as a couple, both separately and together. So, I mean, I just did the look
they
didn't
kinda-
fit.
They kind of look alike, though.
Weirdly, right?
Right? Like they could be siblings. I don't know
think
if it's like
that's that chiseled jawline.
I was gonna say, is it the jawline? Something about it, but like people have a tendency to find partners and dogs, right? That like look like them, and like this is a great example.
That's when you spend too much time together. That's different.
I don't know.
Margot Robbie. Okay.
Margot Robbie. This is another Chanel, another vintage Chanel. I thought it was boring.
Yeah, it's pretty plain.
I just think like, girlfriend, you're about to premiere a movie. You're about to premiere Barbie. Like,
I
what are
know.
you? Give me a little more here. Give
There
me
were
like,
no
a little more.
risks.
Yeah, and some people were saying like the corsety waist piece that she has is clear. It's like almost vinyl-y.
Yeah.
And then the pieces in between are chains, and people were saying that it's the chains of like a Chanel bag. So that was a whole thing. But I don't know. Either way, I was just like, she's gorgeous. She could wear absolutely literally anything. This could have been way more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been way more fun.
All right. What do you think of Kim? Because they were all there.
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead and hit me with your opinion, because
I have none.
You have no opinion?
It's fine.
I'm shocked. So her concept was like very Chanel to be dripping in pearls. So her look is literally dripping in pearls. Unpopular opinion, I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
I thought it was like just extreme enough. I thought it was really Met Gala. Like, I feel like people didn't really push the envelope a lot in the drama department, in the like an opportunity to do something different department. And I thought this was it. I thought the necklace to me was a lot. But I loved the dress itself. I loved the big, long, train thing around her shoulders.
I don't hate it.
I love people were saying that it looks a little undone because it doesn't have anything covering the waist, but I don't know, I like it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this one because I feel like that was the look. This
Listen,
was the talk about.
every year somebody needs to show up to the red carpet looking like they've rolled through their comforter, and this was it for me.
Right? I was like, oh, she's a loofah.
I hate to hate on my girl Rihanna, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah. No.
And like kilt over the jeans. I mean, it's ASAP Rocky, so like fine, but
Yeah.
I just with the sunglasses, like all you see of her is like her forehead and her cheeks.
And I
Like,
get it. She's like about to give birth. She's allowed some concessions here.
well, then she took off the top and she had on and like the big skirt part, and then she had
Mhm.
on just like a white dress underneath, basically.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this was their statement, and I
Right.
didn't get it.
Yeah. I don't get it. She's still channeling that. I mean, it's just more of the Super Bowl. So,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Jenna Ortega. Okay.
Yeah, so here's my frustration with this. You look like Wednesday.
It's a noisy Wednesday.
Yes, and everybody's like, "No, it's still Jenny Ortega." No, this is Wednesday. Look at her damn shoes. She's in, like, black and white what are those, penny loafers? And
Yeah.
with the white shirt and the bow, I just was like, we don't need to see any more marketing for your show. Everybody watched it already. This is a weird like, now we've all
Yeah.
moved past it." I just wish it was she's great. I think she can wear anything. I wish it was less Wednesday.
I definitely want to talk about this one.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Obsessed.
Anything Pedro Pascal does right now is fabulous. So I'm here for it.
His stylist, I just want to like bow down to. Like, take your moment, Pedro Pascal. Let's blow it up. Let's make it a thing. Everybody's gonna show up in a suit. You
I'm
show
not
up
a
in red.
huge fan of knees, but he's like, whatever. Here they are.
I think it's so funny. I think what a moment to like walk the red carpet in shorts. Like, you're in New York in what? In May. Like,
Show
barely in
your
May.
knees.
I love the red.
That was nice to have a pop of color amongst all of the white and black. So
And the like dad socks almost are like kind of a funny reference. Like, I can't help but think about all the dads that like wear their little white like Target socks up
Yeah.
to their knees before they put
Uh-huh.
on their New Balance shoes. And like this is like exactly what represented that to me. Like, it's
love
just
it.
another daddy moment, but like daddy moment adjacent because we're at the Met Gala
Yep, exactly.
in basketball shorts.
All right. So
I
don't
love
know
it.
how. Of course you did.
Ah!
Wear a bathing
Of course
suit.
you
It's a
did.
bathing suit with a collar.
Yeah, but the collar is a very like beautiful Chanel reference. I thought the fabric was very cool with all the sequins. It was very red carpet. I thought it was a little bit different, but still a gown. Her shoes are so unnecessary. She could have
Yeah.
done with all that platform. I didn't need that.
Well,
I like
everybody made a big deal about her drugstore makeup too. I'm like, so she's a Kardashian. She's
Yeah,
also a
that's
model. You
yeah, that
should
didn't
be able to do that with
it
that
didn't
amount.
bother me. Yeah, the styling I thought was good because that's how she does her hair constantly. So it was very like,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna do what I normally do.
Yep.
I thought it was great, and I liked that when she turned around, it was kind of a thong back, and it
Yeah.
was a nice little it was a lot, but I think it was a nice little moment. It added some, like, additional sex appeal to what could have been just a unitard with sleeves.
By the way, sidebar with Bad Bunny, who actually looked like a regular human. When I saw him, I was like, oh, he's kind of cute.
Yeah, he's not for me, but yeah, he looked he's in here. If we'll keep scrolling, we'll show his look. Yeah,
How many of these we're gonna do?
just a couple more. I told you, you
I
don't
mean,
have
because
to
I
do
was
them
like,
all.
that was fine. She just looked like she was going to a party.
Yeah, but the red was another reference to Carl. He said something about you can't be sad in red, whatever. Either way, I didn't love it.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about J-Lo, though.
Did you like it?
You didn't?
I just don't care. She
Oh
just
my
bores me.
God, I thought it was great, and she also took way too long in the red carpet, so, like, all the streaming services were just stuck on her for the longest time, and people were backing up behind her, and I loved it because I was like, "It's J-Lo, she's gonna take her whole damn time." Keep
Uh-huh.
scrolling, and you'll get to Bad Bunny. Oh, no, Doja Cat. There's
Yeah,
the cat of it
that
all.
needs to be talked about.
There's the cat of it all. The prosthetics were not for me, especially
Mhm.
here's where I had a problem. It was when she started meowing to the cameras. That's where I couldn't do it anymore. Like, the dress itself is great.
Yeah, it
moved
is.
by Oscar de la Renta. Like the dress itself is incredible. That even the hat piece with the ears, like, doesn't bother me. I
That's
get
on
it.
brand for her, though. She normally does this kind of stuff for parties and big shows, and for like she does this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't surprised to see her with weird prosthetic faces, but
Yeah, and I will say at least it was a better version than the Jared Leto who just showed up in a literal cat suit.
I know.
There was a really funny clip moment where like he took off his head and Anne
Full
Hathaway
face
was
of makeup, by the way.
yes, of course. And Anne Hathaway was like perfectly posing for the pictures. And then she kind of turns around, like, what this commotion going on behind me? And she turns around and she's like, oh my God, it's Jared Leto. And she like gives him a big hug. But it's really funny. Her like trying to like place who's coming out of this cat suit
Right.
was pretty hysterical.
That's awesome.
We have to talk about I can't stand him.
This is just he does this also. Like this is his
know.
normal shtick. This
I
is who
know.
he is.
I say this every time, like, be your brand, do your thing. You want to do it for Billboard, you want to do it for VMAs, you want to do it for Grammys, fine. I said this last year. This is the Met Gala. Show some respect, own to the team, like, get on theme, give it a little bit about you're here, you're lucky to be here and honored here and allowed to be on this red carpet. So show up and have a little respect for it as opposed to making everything a marketing scheme. Because to me, this is just a damn marketing scheme.
I don't know. I feel like it fits.
And his entire ass was out. Like,
so is Kendall Jenner's.
yeah, but this feels different. And Kendall Jenner's felt like, tasteful in some capacity. There we go. There's Bad Bunny.
So Bad Bunny seemed like he was paired with Rihanna. There were photos of Bad Bunny and Rihanna together with their weird rosy fluff balls there.
Oh, that's interesting.
He looks like a tampon. Like I can't.
So I didn't mind it. I liked a dramatic moment on a man. What I didn't like was that there were no references to this train thing on his suit. And then when he turned around, it was like an open back, which is cool. But again, there's no references to this like big piece of fabric you're carrying. It just felt random. Like you're going to put on a cool white suit and then you're going to carry this rosy flower.
Well, when he was standing next to Rihanna, they were like paired next to each other for photos or something like that. So the two of them, like she just looks like a loofah and he looks like a tampon. I can't. The two of them are disgusting. I can't.
Well, then they should have just walked together and made it like, who cares about A$AP Rocky and the fucking kilt? Nobody
they're
gives
twinning looks.
Yeah. And then last and finally, but not least, the most important guest of the evening, and everybody wants to talk about the cockroach. You missed it. There you go, right there.
What? The cockroach?
Yes, the cockroach. Cockroach made his way on the red carpet and was a quite hysterical.
Lisa's in the podcast.
I can see that.
She was trying to look at the cockroach too.
I can see that. So
like,
this
what
guy,
the hell is that?
This guy ran through the red carpet and stole the show.
This is so New York.
I know. That's why it's funny.
Yeah. Well, there was a actually in the New Yorker, there's a cartoon of Jared Leto's cat holding the thing, and then there's also like, oh, this one-ups the rat problem here in New York.
I'm
reference
sure.
to the cockroach. So it's like those were the two talking points that walked away from the Met Gala.
Yeah, the cockroach and cat makes perfect sense to me.
That's absolutely what it is.
All right, well that's it. That's a lot of Chanel.
Well, thank you for that roundup of the Met Gala, Tori. I appreciate that.
You know what? I think it's fun. I think it's fun to roast everybody's outfits. Yeah, and I'm really sad because Anne Hathaway was my favorite, but you ruined it by calling her a diaper.
I called her a dirty diaper.
It was a very clean diaper.
Today.
It was a very white, clean diaper.
I thought overall, though, it was kind of boring for the looks. So
that's less to talk about this year.
Yeah.
Remember when
it's good for me.
Lady Gaga showed up in like being carried? There's been all kinds of crazy stuff some years.
Yeah, that was definitely a tamer version of what I thought it was going to be. All right, so more of what's roasting. Kevin Costner's wife leaving the marriage. There is definitely something going on there because he's been causing some serious problems on the set of Yellowstone.
100%.
Yeah, I think he's drinking again or something. There's got to be some. I definitely think there's some issue personally with him. that's going on.
Or maybe it's his marriage was rocking and he was finding out he was getting a divorce and then had to go to set and then was causing a problem on set.
Yeah, that's true. It could be all of the combination of that.
So he wasn't supposed to be in the new season, then he was in the new season. There was some contract, something, something, something. We don't really know. And now he's in the new season and apparently he's getting divorced. They were together for 18 years.
And this is
they
his second wife.
They have a couple of kids too, 12, 14, and 15. They have 3 kids.
So that's going to be expensive. He's going to need to find a way to work some more, I think.
Yeah.
He's getting up there,
two more seasons of Yellowstone coming up.
I love the show.
And also, so we talked last week about Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Got engaged. Okay. I didn't realize, and why didn't you tell me? Jake Bon Jovi is John Bon Jovi's son.
Did I have to tell you that?
I didn't know that.
What is wrong with you?
They're spelled differently.
It's Bon Jovi. That is his whole name.
I didn't get it. Bon Jovi. Okay, now I understand. No, I didn't get it.
That's their last name.
I didn't understand. I thought, like, in my brain, John Bon Jovi is like kind of an independent entity that like doesn't have. He only sings those like same 6 songs. Like I don't think about him outside.
On a sidebar, John Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi was my first ever concert. Slippery When Wet tour. Great Woods. He spat on me. I was so excited. I was in the front row. He spit out his gum. It landed on me. I saved it for a solid decade.
That is so gross.
John Bon Jovi and I have a thing. He just doesn't know it. But I mean, I love that this relationship is the way it is. They have 4 children, him and his wife, Dorothea. They've been married. They were high school sweethearts. Like, I think that is why he's like fine with his son being engaged at such a young age because, and I loved his wisdom. He said, you know, it's not the age. It's the fact that if my children find a partner they can grow with, then they're going to be fine. And all of his children have found partners at young ages, like he did with his wife, and they've grown together. So I don't know how he's educating them to find the right people, or if it's just pure luck.
Can I like come spend a week with you? Good Lord.
Right? Is there camp for dating?
Yeah.
Bon Jovi might have a system. I don't know.
Probably.
Right?
At this point. All right, that's all I got. Do we have some weird news?
We do. There's always weird news out there. And I was deciding which weird news story to go with today, but I thought we would go with a severed hand. Reported severed hand on the side of a Michigan highway was a fake. Now, this seemingly has been happening a lot. I want to see if I could actually pull up the photo for you to take a look at because it looks terrifyingly real. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. I don't know if it's going to allow me to do so. I think I'm on the wrong screen, but it's absolutely scary. Very much real looking, more so like a Hollywood prop that was thrown on the side of the road.
Okay, so there was a severed hand on the side of a road, and then upon investigation, they determined that it was fake. Right. And how often are we seeing severed body parts on the side of the road?
Well, it's not severed body parts per se. It's more like mannequins being thrown into whatever body of water or like random stuff. People think that there are these poor people and they're like calling 911.
Is it the same town?
This has happened several times, but state troopers said they were cleaning trash from the side of the road. So it was one of those like details with the police when they spotted a bloody severed limb among the litter. And then a closer look, the item was fake, covered in artificial blood. And so they had to bag it and tag it. But it was very funny.
How close do you have to get to it before you realize that it's fake?
I'm looking at it right now and it looks pretty damn real.
Oh,
I wish I could share the screen, but I can't.
Like holding my own wrists here.
It's gross. Maybe I can hold it up for you to see from my screen.
Do we think it's like I love this technology. Yeah, that is creepy. That's
she
super
looks
weird.
very real.
It's got to be like one specific culprit.
Yeah, I'm sure there's somebody in town. Either that or, you know, it's just idiot kids ordering things on Amazon and throwing it on the side of the road going, what could happen?
Where's this town again?
Michigan.
Okay, well that
Wexford
makes
County, Michigan.
it's county. It's probably like in the middle of nowhere.
It just makes me
This is
want
what
to
they
do
do
it.
for fun.
You know what I mean? I had friends that had they're like jokesters that hid fake skeleton things from Party USA or whatever underneath the parts of their house so that people have found them and they're like, oh, it's a skeleton, but it's not. They're fake. So I don't know. There are always going to be these jokesters. I
Feels like
appreciate
a
them because it's
small
not
town
real.
thing.
Yeah,
Small town things.
absolutely. We could do it here and be a national news story. Why not? At least
Could be.
it'd be getting people to talk about something other than the freaking traffic. So
True. Are we done
Mercury
with
is
that
almost
yet?
out of retro. No, Mercury's out of retrograde starting tomorrow. We're not done with any of the traffic. We're going to be having this until Memorial Day weekend, and I'm so
Ugh,
freaking over it.
killing me.
So yeah, with that, I guess we're done with our episode today. You know what? I'm really proud of you. You kept this Met Gala to a dull roar.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know your excitement is big for it, so I appreciate you.
Listen, it's just I was shocked there were no more like big head turning moments in like celebrity drama news. Like people were saying like the big moment was that Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny were out like together. Like he walked in after her. That was
Mhm.
the news. And you're like, well, whatever. You know, like
Yeah.
nobody cared. I was kind of surprised there was no like big like thing. Like people didn't walk together, or certain people walked together, or there was a pregnancy announcement. Like there was like nothing. Like everything was just pretty.
Meh.
Yeah.
Meh on the Met. That's my
But the
take.
looks were good. People did a good job. What's it?
All right. Well, get perky with us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, The First Shot Morning Show.
I need
See
a
you Friday.
latte. Yay.
Bye.
The First Shot Morning Show is produced by Lemonadio. When life gives you lemons, make radio. We encourage everyone to listen happier.com.